He purchased an abandoned house, never knowing 3 alien girls were hiding beneath it. Marcus Chen stood in front of the old Victorian house, watching paint chips fall from the walls like autumn leaves. The real estate agent had already driven away, probably happy to finally sell this place. The neighbors called it cursed. Marcus called it a project. He was an architect who loved fixing broken things. This house was very broken. The windows were cracked. The porch leaned to one side. Vines covered the walls like green fingers trying to pull the building down. But Marcus saw something else. He saw potential. 15 years empty, he said to himself, pulling out his keys. Time to wake you up. His phone died without reason. Light bulbs burned out after 1 hour. His power drill stopped working even with fresh batteries. Old wiring, Marcus told himself, but he was not completely sure. On Saturday morning, Marcus worked in the kitchen. He wanted to remove the old cabinets. When he pulled on the large cabinet by the wall, it moved easier than expected. Behind it was something unusual. The wall had a crack that formed a perfect rectangle. Marcus pushed against it. The wall section moved inward with a soft click. A hidden door. His heart beat faster. Classic old house secret. Marcus went down slowly. Each step echoed in the empty space. At the bottom, his flashlight showed something impossible. The room was huge. The walls glowed with soft blue light. Strange symbols covered every surface. In the center stood 3 glass pods, each one taller than Marcus. Inside the pods, he could see small figures sleeping. "This is not possible," Marcus whispered. His hands shook as he moved closer. The pods contained 3 girls, but they were not human girls. Their skin had a pale silver color. Their ears were slightly pointed. Small patterns like tattoos glowed faintly on their arms and faces. Marcus stepped back, his mind racing. Aliens? In his basement? This was beyond any logical explanation. Suddenly, red lights flashed on the pods. A loud beeping filled the room. The glass fronts of all 3 pods opened at once with a hissing sound. Cold mist poured out. The 3 girls fell forward. Marcus caught the smallest one before she hit the floor. Her eyes opened wide. They were completely silver, no white parts at all. "Please do not hurt us," the girl said in perfect English. Her voice was small and scared. The other 2 girls were awake now. The tallest one, who looked about 12 years old, pulled the smallest girl away from Marcus. She stood between him and her sisters, her body tense and ready to fight. "Stay back, human," the older girl said. Her voice tried to sound brave, but Marcus heard the fear underneath. Marcus raised his hand slowly. "I am not going to hurt you, I promise. My name is Marcus. This is my house now. I did not know you were here." Heart rate shows no intent to harm. "What are you doing in my basement?" Marcus asked gently. He sat down on the floor to seem less threatening. Kira looked at her sisters, then back at Marcus. "We are hiding. Our people, the Valorians, they are looking for us. They want to take us back. They want to make us into weapons. Our parents hid us here before they were captured." These were scared children, far from home, hiding from their own people. He knew about being alone. His own family died in an accident when he was young. "Are you hungry?" Marcus asked suddenly. All 3 girls stared at him. Kira's defensive posture softened with confusion. "What?" she asked. "You have been sleeping for 3 months. You must be hungry. I have food upstairs. Real food, not whatever that is." Marcus pointed at the empty nutrient containers near the pods. Pip's eyes grew wider. "Food. Real food. Just dinner." Men in dark suits stepped out, carrying devices that blinked with red lights. "Get back to the chamber," Marcus whispered urgently. "Now." The black cars sat outside like predators waiting. Through the small basement window, he counted 6 agents spreading around his property. They carried scanning devices that beeped and flashed. "How did they find you?" Marcus whispered. "The pods," Nessa said quietly. "When they opened, they sent a signal. We tried to stop it, but we were too slow." Trust me for one moment. Let me handle this. Marcus opened his front door with a confused expression on his face. A tall woman in a black suit stood there. Her eyes were too sharp, too focused. Behind her, two male agents scanned his house with their devices. "Can I help you?" Marcus asked, keeping his voice casual. "I am Agent Reed," the woman said. She did not smile. "We are conducting a search for dangerous individuals in this area. Have you seen anything unusual?" "My coffee maker exploded yesterday. This is a matter of international security. Trust me, I have been in every corner of this house. Must have been an echo from somewhere else. If you see anything strange," she finally said, "anything at all, you will contact us immediately." She handed him a black card with only a phone number on it. "Of course," Marcus said. "Have a good day." Through the window, he watched the black cars drive away slowly. They circled the block once, then disappeared down the street. Marcus waited 10 more minutes before returning to the basement. The girls sat huddled together near the pods. Pip was crying silently. Nessa held her clothes. Kira stood in front of them, her small fists clenched tight. "They are gone," Marcus said softly. "For now. They always return." They tasted like metal and sadness. "What is that smell?" she asked. "Cheese, tomato sauce, and questionable life choices," Marcus said with a smile. He opened the boxes. "This one is plain cheese, this one has vegetables. This one has pepperoni, which is meat, but we can avoid that if. This is the best thing ever." Their breathing slowed. Food had a way of making things feel safer, even when they were not. "Tell me about your people," Marcus said gently. "Help me understand. We can move objects with our minds. We can sense thoughts and emotions. For thousands of years, we used these gifts for fighting and conquest. We have the same powers, but we feel pain when we use them to hurt others. Our bodies reject violence." They were scientists who believed peace weavers could help our people evolve beyond war. The Enforcement Corps killed them when they refused to give us up. "My parents died when I was young too," Marcus said softly. "Car accident. I was 15. I know what it feels like to be alone and scared. And I learned something important." Marcus met each girl's gaze. "Family is not just about blood. Family is about who stands beside you when things are hard. I do not know how yet, but we will figure this out, together." Outside, the sun was setting. Somewhere in the city, the Enforcement Corps was planning their next move. But in the hidden chamber beneath an old Victorian house, 4 orphans had found each other. And that made them dangerous in a way the Enforcement Corps could never understand. Marcus woke up at 3 in the morning to the sound of breaking glass. He jumped from the couch where he had been sleeping and ran to the basement. His heart pounded hard in his chest. In the hidden chamber, Pip sat in the corner crying. Pieces of a glass bottle were scattered across the floor. Kira and Nessa stood beside her, looking helpless and afraid. "I am sorry," Pip sobbed. "I had a nightmare. I got scared. My powers just happened. They took you away because you helped us." Their entire world, and now they were terrified of losing him too. "Listen to me, all 3 of you." Marcus looked at each girl. "I made a choice to help you. That choice does not change because things get scary. That is what family does. We stick together." For a moment they sat together in silence, just breathing. "We need to leave this house," Marcus said finally. "The Enforcement Corps will come back. I have an idea, but you must trust me." The next morning, Marcus made phone calls. He had a friend named David who owned an old building downtown. The building had an underground parking structure that nobody used anymore. David owed Marcus a favor from years ago. "I need the space for 2 weeks," Marcus explained on the phone. "No questions asked. Be careful." But they reached the building without problems. The underground parking structure was dark and cold, but it was dry and hidden from scanning devices. Marcus set up camping lights and brought sleeping bags. It was not comfortable, but it was safe. Over the next few days, something beautiful happened. The girls started to relax. They laughed more. They asked questions about everything. "Why is the sky blue?" Nessa asked. "Why do humans need so much sleep?" Kira wondered. "Why does pizza taste so good?" Pip wanted to know. Marcus answered every question patiently. He taught them about Earth customs and human culture. They taught him about Valorian history and their powers. "Show me what you can do," Marcus said one evening. "Your Peace Weaver abilities." Finally, Kira nodded. She held out her hands. A soft blue light grew between her palms. The light felt warm and calm. Marcus felt his worries fade when he looked at it. "We can heal small injuries," Kira explained. "We can calm angry emotions. We can bring peace to troubled minds. Your gifts are exactly what any world needs more of." "You are getting better," Marcus encouraged. "Remember, control comes from calm, not force." They played simple games. He taught them to draw. Nessa loved drawing animals. Kira drew buildings and cities. Pip drew nothing but pizza. One night, Kira found Marcus sitting alone, looking at an old photo on his phone. "Your family?" she asked softly. "My parents and little sister," Marcus said. "This was taken 1 week before the accident. My heart is big enough for both." "You are 12 years old. You should not have to carry the weight of the world. That is my job now. Let me be the adult. Let me worry. You just be a kid. Starting tomorrow, we begin fun lessons. No more hiding in fear. We live while we can." The sound of their laughter echoed through the empty parking structure, but their peace did not last long. On the 7th day, Marcus's phone buzzed with an encrypted message. He did not recognize the number. The message was simple: "Valorian Resistance wants to help. Meet at Harbor Warehouse 12. Come alone, midnight. It might be dangerous. This is me protecting you. I will be back before sunrise, I promise." Pip hugged him tightly at the door. "Please come back." It was tall and wore a hood that covered its face. "Marcus Chen," the figure said in a deep voice. "We have much to discuss about 3 very special girls." The figure pulled back its hood. Underneath was a Valorian face, but older, with scars across one cheek. The alien's silver eyes held sadness and determination. "My name is Commander Thane," the Valorian said. "And I am here to help you save those children before the Enforcement Corps kills you all." "How do I know you are really here to help?" Marcus asked. Thane's scarred face showed pain. "Because I had a daughter once. She was a peace weaver like your 3 girls. The Enforcement Corps took her when she was 9 years old. They said they would reprogram her. Instead, they killed her when the process failed. But saving Kira, Nessa, and Pip might give her death meaning. I defected from the Enforcement Corps 5 years ago. I have been building a resistance network ever since. We help peace weavers escape to safe colony worlds. 43 children now live freely on Sanctuary Prime, a world protected by galactic law. What do you need from me?" "The Enforcement Corps has increased patrols across the entire region. You have perhaps 48 hours before they find your hiding place. When I heard about 3 peace weavers in this area, I knew I had to act fast." Thane's expression became serious. "But Marcus, you must understand something. If you help us with this extraction, you become an enemy of the Enforcement Corps. They will hunt you forever. We need to find a route they cannot block." The entrance door hung open. His heart stopped. Marcus ran inside, fear making his legs weak. "Kira, Nessa, Pip." Marcus grabbed it with shaking hands. The note was written in Nessa's careful handwriting. "Enforcement Corps found us. We ran. Following emergency plan, see the museum. Please find us. We are scared." Plan C meant they would hide in the Natural History Museum after closing time. Pip had wanted to see the dinosaur exhibits one last time before they left Earth. Marcus checked his watch. 7 in the morning. The museum opened at 9. He had 2 hours to get there before too many people arrived. He drove across the city, breaking several speed limits. The museum stood quiet and grand in the early morning light. Marcus found a service entrance that Pip could have unlocked with her powers. Inside, the museum was dark and silent. Huge dinosaur skeletons loomed in the shadows like ancient ghosts. Marcus moved quietly through the exhibits, searching. "Pip," he called softly. "Kira, Nessa, it is Marcus. You are safe." "They found us," Kira said, her voice breaking. "We woke up to alarms and red lights everywhere. We barely escaped through the air vent." "I am so sorry," he whispered. "I should not have left you alone. Because you three are the best thing that has happened to me in a very long time." "He is part of a resistance group. They have a ship coming in 3 days. They can take you somewhere safe. I do not know if they allow humans on Sanctuary Prime. You taught us that safety is not about hiding. Safety is about being with people who love you. We all go together, or none of us go at all." Heavy footsteps marched through the entrance hall. Multiple voices shouted commands in the Valorian language. Kira's face went pale. "They tracked us here. They are inside." No weapons, no escape route. Just one human and 3 scared children against a team of trained alien soldiers. "Time for Plan D," Marcus said quietly. "We do not have a Plan D," Nessa whispered. Marcus smiled despite the fear racing through him. "We do now. And it is called Trust Me." And Marcus Chen, a simple architect who had only wanted to fix an old house, prepared to face an alien military force with nothing but his wits and his determination to protect his family. Marcus looked at the 3 girls huddled behind the Triceratops skeleton. The footsteps of the Enforcement Corps echoed closer with each second. His mind worked frantically, pulling together every piece of knowledge he had about this building. "The maintenance tunnels," Marcus whispered suddenly. "I designed the renovation plans for this museum 5 years ago. There is a network of service tunnels under the entire building." The massive blue whale hung from the ceiling above them, its enormous body blocking the scanning lights. Marcus found the maintenance door hidden behind an information panel. It opened with a soft click. "Inside." "Now," Marcus urged. The girls slipped into the narrow tunnel. Marcus followed and closed the door just as bright lights swept across the whale exhibit. Through a crack, he saw 6 Enforcement Corps soldiers spreading through the room. Their armor was black and silver. Their weapons hummed with dangerous energy. Agent Reed walked behind them, her cold eyes scanning everything. "They are here. I can feel it. Search every corner." They moved quickly but carefully, trying not to make noise. "Where do these tunnels go?" Nessa whispered. "They connect to the city's old underground system," Marcus explained. "From there, we can reach the waterfront. That is where Commander Thane said the extraction point would be." Marcus carried her on his back, feeling her small arms wrapped around his neck. Behind them, they heard sounds of pursuit. The Enforcement Corps had found the tunnel entrance. "They are coming," Nessa said, fear making her voice shake. "I know. Keep moving." Marcus pulled out his phone and sent a quick message to Commander Thane. "Need emergency extraction now. Museum. They found us. Can you make it?" The Enforcement Corps was closing the distance. They emerged from the tunnels near the harbor as the sun began to set. The sky burned orange and red. Ships lined the pier, their masts swaying gently in the evening breeze. "Pier 17 is that way," Marcus pointed. "We are almost there." "Nowhere left to run, Mr. Chen," she called out. "Surrender the Peace Weavers and we might let you live." She stepped out from behind Marcus. Her silver eyes glowed brighter than before. "You want us? Fine, but you leave Marcus alone. He is innocent. He was just trying to help. We do this together, remember." "What are they doing?" Agent Reed demanded. "Showing you what Peace Weavers can really do," Kira answered. The light exploded outward in a wave, but it did not hurt anyone. Instead, everyone caught in the light felt something strange. Peace. Calm. All the anger and fear drained away like water through sand. The Enforcement Corps soldiers lowered their weapons, confusion crossing their faces. Even Agent Reed seemed affected. Her cold expression softened. "What? What is this?" Her voice carried through the air like music. "We bring peace. We calm storms. We heal wounds that weapons cannot touch. This is why we exist, not to fight but to end fighting." Seagulls stopped their crying. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. "You want to eliminate us because we refuse violence," Pip added, her young voice clear and strong. "But maybe violence is not the answer. Maybe peace is not weakness. Maybe we are exactly what our people need." Commander Thane's voice boomed through external speakers. "By authority of the Galactic Protection Accord, these children claim diplomatic sanctuary. Any harm to peaceweavers with demonstrated peaceful abilities is a violation of interstellar law." Her expression was conflicted. This was not what we were told about peaceweavers. "And you almost destroyed them out of fear." Questioning, the seeds of doubt had been planted. "The ship leaves now," Thane announced. "Marcus Chen, you have earned passage if you wish it. The girls refuse to go without you." They were brave and strong and full of love despite everything they had suffered. "What about Earth?" Marcus asked. "This is my home. No one gets left behind." "Okay," he said, squeezing Pip's hand. "Let us go home together." Something had changed in them, something important. As the ship lifted into the sky, Marcus stood at the viewport with all three girls. They watched Earth grow smaller below them. Pip pressed her nose against the glass. "Will we ever come back?" she asked. "Maybe someday," Marcus said. "When it is safe, when people understand what peaceweavers truly are. You are proof that choosing peace takes more courage than choosing war." Behind them, Earth continued spinning, home to one less lonely architect and three fewer hunted children. Somewhere in the galaxy, a new home waited. A place where peaceweavers were celebrated, not feared. A place where a human and three alien girls could build a life together. A place where family meant everything. Commander Thane approached them, a rare smile on his scarred face. "Sanctuary Prime has need of architects, you know. Someone must design homes for all the children we rescue. I think I can help with that." They had lost so much. Their old homes, their old lives, but they had found something more valuable. They had found each other, and that made them the luckiest family in the entire universe. The end.